Hi, I'm Lina, founder of Freelance Business, and today I have two special guests with me, Nishant Aggarwal, a founder of Nomawo, and Katrina Cobb, who is a head coach of Nomawo. We'll talk about how to stop considering yourself as a solo player and instead think in terms of community, in terms of expertise that you can gain from freelancers who are around you, and how actually realize your full potential. Please join us, and I'm happy to welcome Nishant and Katrina with us. Today we want to talk about peer-to-peer learning and tell me about the concept of peer-to-peer learning, why it's such a thing.
Peer-to-peer learning, it's not a new concept. We think back to ancient times with forums, with Napoleon Hill's talking about the mastermind. It's just noticing how much stronger we are when we can actually learn from each other and contribute to each other's shared experiences and shared knowledge, as opposed to struggling through doing everything on your own and having to recreate the wheel.
There's actually evidence that it is one of the better ways of learning. It creates higher confidence and independence amongst everyone that's involved. As a community, it gives people an opportunity to showcase their expertise, which boosts confidence, and you can have more variety in the kinds of learning. Yeah, it's a major boost for everyone that's involved.
How freelancers can apply this concept in what they do.
Freelancers specifically, because when you work for yourself, you tend to be very isolated, I think can benefit the most from finding peers who are in a similar situation, who have been through the growth stage they're in, who have expertise in various areas or have experience in various areas that they can learn from. So I think it's a really unique opportunity to maintain your independent business and the goals and the freedoms and the flexibility that you're looking for, but also not have to be doing it all yourself and doing it alone, and have a little bit of kind of a leg up on the competition by leaning on the expertise of people in a similar situation with a bit more experience and a broader range of experiences.
This is an interesting statistic, and this is pre-COVID, that freelancers are more than twice as likely to feel lonely or isolated as compared to people with a regular job or like a regular full-time job. So not only for freelancers, it helps them boost their confidence and grow, but it actually fills that void of forming long-term peer relationships as well. So I would say like freelancers, like peer-to-peer learning is even more applicable than probably most other kinds of audiences.
Does it happen naturally or should there be a structure of some sort?
I I think facilitation is important. I think you can't spontaneously create peer-to-peer learning, but you can create a container within which it has some guidance. There are the right prompts and opportunities and focus so that people can pull on experience in certain areas, knowledge gained in certain areas, and share perspectives. So that's really, again, the concept that has become more the modern day mastermind. Is it's not just a bunch of people get together and with no agenda, no intention, no focus. There's always a focus.
I would say for it to be really a core value, it has to be a little bit of both. Um, like it cannot be forced a lot, but there needs to be a culture that should be built in if you're talking from a community standpoint. One of the things, like the way we do that, is through mastermind sessions. So like there is a structured format, there is a start time, there is an end time, there is a focus of a conversation, which leads to better outcomes than just like putting a few people in a room, for example.
Got to be intentional. I think when people show up intentionally with a desire to not only give but also receive knowledge, that creates a really unique space. And that's normally why these groups are sort of controlled and small in nature, so that the relationships and the trust is built to be able to share openly. So I think the intention is what matters most.
For peer-to-peer learning to work, some like there has to be an open mindset and that pay it forward kind of guiding principle, that because a peer-to-peer relationship has to be a mutual relationship, and it can only work there if there's an equal amount of give and take. It cannot be just take. So yeah, I think the paying it forward is, I would say, like the golden rule of thumb if that has to work. And
I know that Namava Club is exactly what freelancers do in there. They connect with each other to learn. I'm very curious to learn more what exactly happens when someone joins the club.
at Nomawo and Nomawo Club, our goal is to help freelancers grow, and peer-to-peer learning and community is one of our like core pillars in the way we are building everything. And so the way it works once someone joins a club, Namava Club, is there's a business and personal health assessment which they do, which gives us a good idea of where they're at with their business, how they feel about things. Are they generally stressed? Are they overworked? Are they looking for help with being more accountable? So once we have a good idea of that, we like they get access to our private community, that is a peer network, on-demand access and community access to our extended network of coaches and experts, and our platform for benefits and perks. The way we do things is by like having monthly masterminds that are expert or community led, by doing AMAs or ask me anythings with our experts, um, and like accountability partners, accountability triads, things like that.
Oh, it sounds fantastic. To me, it sounds like you get into the community and you have a benchmark towards which you compare yourself in a very friendly environment, in no competition, obviously, but just to see where you're standing with your business. And sometimes with just being by ourselves, we don't see what's we're missing, and we know we struggle. I judge by myself how many times I'm like rotating in the same circle without even seeing the exit, and you just need an external
Yeah,
to help you.
no, exactly. Actually, that's a very good thing. Like I kind of missed. Yeah, so it's kind of like the biggest thing that we're trying to do here is create a safe place for people to be vulnerable and to help each other grow. And we are just doing everything that we can in order to kind of facilitate that, really.
I see. And so can anyone join?
Anyone can apply. So the like we only let people in, like it's an application, it's a detailed application, and the reason it is that way is because like we really want to make sure that there is a fit in terms of like what someone's needs, goals and interests are, and that should match with like what we are hoping to help people do. If someone is just looking for projects, that might not be the best fit. Like yeah, we plan to facilitate that over a period of time too, but it's about, yeah, it's about community, it's about people. Are you looking for that support? So yeah, it's by application, but anyone can apply.
Is it free?
So we have a free version also, which we call as Nomawo Community. um, and obviously first the application is free, but even for the free version you have to apply, and that is mostly really about giving someone a flavor of what we are about. And for a limited time, actually, we are giving 1 month of our premium club membership to even the free community members. So I guess the long answer to your question is, yeah, I mean, it's free to join, if you're accepted, obviously.
Nishant, how did you come up with the idea to start Namava, and why this idea resonated with you personally?
I have been a long time consultant. I have been a management consultant with a private firm before, and then I come from a startup and entrepreneurship background. Um, and I have been a freelance consultant on and off as well. And then what happened for me personally last year when things went crazy with COVID, um, my other startup, which is in the travel space, was, as you can expect, or imagine, was really badly affected. So that kind of pushed me to doing consulting almost free, full time. And I had not done that kind of a thing before, and I did not have problem in finding projects. What I was really trying to find was like people who had gone through a similar phase, uh, coaches, mentors, like resources to just feel more connected. I think, and obviously with COVID, it just went from like a physical world to totally digital world. So that was a difficult transition too. But what happened for me was I tried a lot to find these resources, and I couldn't find. And just given my background, I was like, okay, this is a problem that I would be really passionate to solve. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I have been in that phase or that place before, and really we were building something to support and empower freelancers and independents to grow and scale their business, not just find projects. Because I think it's more than about finding projects. If someone has to build a sustainable business right out of it.
Where can we find more information about Nomawo?
About Nomawo, so that has to be our website. It's nomawo.com, very easy. And also like our socials. Like we are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the good stuff. But most up-to-date information, I would say, our website.
All right, just Google Nomawo, you'll find it very easy, I guarantee.
Oh yeah, or that.
Katrina, I have a very specific question to you. We know the difference about introverts and extroverts, how they behave and how they interact with each other. So is there a difference for those two groups in terms of peer-to-peer learning?
I think this is where a smartly facilitated group can really be of benefit, because as we know, extroverts are generally wired to be the first people to raise their hands. But in a small group where there's a lot of trust and relationship building, introverts actually feel more comfortable sharing what they know and offering kind of a knowledge, and also asking for help, support, and ideas. So that's where I think a really smart container for this, and a facilitator who knows how to create space for introverts to speak and also maybe rein in the extrovert occasionally if needed, is a really powerful opportunity for everybody, because everybody has something to contribute. Everybody has something to contribute. And again, if they come in with the attention of that, it makes it easier.
And I would even say, I'm guessing right now that if you're an introvert, you have to go into that type of environments to help you to open up. A part of that, does it help to develop new skills or improve existing qualities somehow?
I think it's a little bit of both, because as we know, running and growing a business, there's a lot of different aspects to it. And when you're still a team of one, you're going to have to learn how to do, at least to a basic level, most things. But at a certain stage, and this is where learning from others can be helpful, you can lean more into your gifts and outsource or resource other people to fill in the areas that maybe you're not as excited about doing, or it doesn't come as naturally. So I think there's an element of both. You want to be able to understand the other pieces of your business as you're growing, but you don't have to do it forever. And I think that's where smart planning and a little bit of support as to how people are handling things will make it easier to really tailor your personal growth path as a freelancer. The biggest thing, I think, when we strike out on our own, we have sort of a pride or a mission to figure it out and do it yourself. I actually think that's the slow way to grow. So my biggest piece of advice is ask for help early and seek out resources, support, mentors, peer-to-peer learning opportunities.
Yeah, that's excellent. And that makes me think that you actually have two ways, right? You can learn it yourself long way and takes years, or you can just take a shortcut, be connected, and elevate your expertise much faster. That's excellent.
I think that's a great summary. Yes.
From day one, think about not just getting projects, think about how are you going to set yourself as a business, and try to inculcate that CEO mindset. Don't be just a solo hustler, be like a business owner, be a CEO, and think about like processes, your brand, your marketing, all of that like that.